YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today is Sunday, February 13th, 2022, and I hope y'all are safe and healthy. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a build that I consider to be God tier. And the reason I consider it to be God tier is because it is a combination of the best gun, the best gear set / brand, and the best exotic gear piece in the game. And it is one of my favorite this is one of my favorite builds to use whenever I am solo in the dark zone. So we're gonna start with the gameplay and let the build speak for itself, and then we'll follow by a build breakdown. So YouTube, roll the clips.
Rogue gear.
Chopper on site.
Rogue agent neutralized. Contact. Nearby agent has become rogue. Rogue agent detected. Rogue agent neutralized. Vehicles on site. Now detecting contaminated gear. Nearby rogue agent killed. Rogue agent eliminated. Now detecting. Rogue agent neutralized. System back online. Rogue agent eliminated.
Kilo will depart in 30 seconds. And we're outbound.
Play a different game, you fucking queer.
Rogue fixer drone detected. Helo is headed back. Rogue agent neutralized. Rogue agent neutralized nearby. Rogue Stinger Hive detected. Now detecting contaminated gear. Contaminated gear detected. Rogue agent neutralized. Landmark. Rogue agent eliminated. Rogue Stinger Hive detected. Contaminated gear detected. Now detecting contaminated gear. Serious trauma detected. Contaminated gear detected.
Chopper leaving the area.
Helo returning to base. Contaminated gear detected.
Okay guys, let's take a look at the build. As you can see, we are running the firewall specialization. We are using a Lady Death exotic SMG, but we've also got a Vector with NSYNC on it, 4 pieces of Hunter's Fury, the Memento backpack, and a Sokolov chest piece with Unbreakable. Now this is just one template of the build. There is a couple different changes that you can make depending on your playstyle. This is just what I found worked best for me. I am going to share the other options with you guys because they make work better for you. Now I chose to go with the firewall specialization, and the reason for that is for the OP med kit, and then also for the striker shield that offers the 10% the bonus damage that you get for enemies within 10 meters of your shield. And we're going to be a lot of close quarter combat, so this was just what worked best for me. Now you could also go with the gunner specialization for the armor on kill. I have seen this build ran with that, and it seems to work great. For our primary, as mentioned, I am running the exotic SMG, the Lady Death. Now, I typically don't read the exotic talents because they're pretty long, and most of you guys already know what what the exotics do. For our secondary, or it could be your primary, I'm using a Vector with NSYNC, and NSYNC is just the best talent in the game right now. And then a Vector, the firing or the RPM is just so good, and this gun is just really OP. Moving on to the gear for our mask, we are running our first piece of Hunter's Fury, and I've got armor, critical hit damage, and a critical hit damage mod. For the chest piece, we are running a Sokolov chest piece, which gives us 15% SMG damage. We've got weapon damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and a critical hit damage mod. And I chose to run the talent Unbreakable since we are going to be solo. It's going to give us pretty much a second life. The talent reads, when your armor is depleted, repair 95% of your armor. Moving on to the holster, we are running our second piece of Hunter's Fury. We've got armor, critical hit chance, and that second piece bonus is going to give us 15% shotgun damage and 15% SMG damage. On the knee pads, this is our third piece of Hunter's Fury, which is going to give us 20% armor on kill and 100% health on kill. And I've got armor and critical hit damage for the core attributes. And for the gloves, we are running a fourth piece of Hunter's Fury, and we've got armor and critical hit chance. And the 4-piece bonus is going to activate the Apex Predator talent, and this is where this build is going to get hairy. This reads, enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying, being a keyword, your weapon damage against them by 20%. The talent also goes on to read, killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Guys, that's absolutely insane. This is all amplified damage. So, yeah, this is just one of the best gear sets in the game. So use 4 pieces. Get the Apex Predator talent. You will not regret it. All right, guys, now this is where it gets freaky because we don't typically use the Memento in the dark zone, but for this build it works out perfect. You guys know what this does. It's super OP. Get the trophies, or kill the enemies, get the trophies. I will say strategically, I don't know if you noticed in the video, but if you strategically leave trophies on the ground or kill enemies and just kind of leave your trophies throughout the map, when you get in those gunfights, you can always retreat or take a tactical advantage and go pick up the trophy when you are low on armor. And you could actually get upwards of over 3 million armor on this build. Moving on to the skills, we are using the decoy. We mostly use the decoy. You can also use the jammer pulse. Skills are totally interchangeable to your playstyle. I like the decoy on a solo DZ build because it just allows you to drop that and be unable to be seen on pulse and stuff like that. For our second skill, if you choose to run the firewall instead of the gunner specialization, you definitely want to use the striker shield. I had one guy tell me, I see a shield and I stop watching the video. I understand that, guys. It's not my choice either. I don't want to use a shield, but that's just kind of the current play style in the game. I'm not a hide and cover shooter. I'm a out there running gun, and I need a little bit of cover, and everybody else is using a shield. So it's kind of do it or be killed by it type thing. And hey, like I said, the skills are all interchangeable. So if you don't want to rush shield, the build still works without the shield. You don't have to use the shield. I have ran it with a decoy and a jammer pulse, but I definitely want to take advantage of the striker shield for the extra damage inside the 10 meters. Looking at the stat sheet, we are at 56 critical hit chance, 118 critical hit damage, 70% headshot damage, and about 6% armor damage. And we are at 1.6 million armor. Now, the base stats are not the best, but what you're not seeing is all the amplified damage, all the debuff, all that stuff, the bonus from the Lady Death, the bonus armor you're getting from Memento. You're not seeing all that. And like I said, you're going to get upwards of over 3 million. And let's take a look at some of the stuff you will get that you're not seeing on this stat sheet. So with this build, off of 1 kill, you are going to get a 5% increase in rate of fire. You're going to get a 15% increase in bonus armor, 15% increase in weapon damage, 20% increase in movement speed, and 30% on armor on kill, 100% health on kill. And then you're also going to apply status effect to the nearby enemies. Now, this is also dependent on which specialization you choose. The armor on kill is going to be a little bit different if you're using the firewall instead of the gunner. But like I said, also with the firewall, you get that OP med kit and you get the bonus damage from the shield within 10 meters. All right, guys, that does it for today's build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So the plan is, for my solo Dark Zone builds, we're going to call those Lone Wolf builds, and we're going to start at with Lone Wolf, then go to 2.0, 3.0, so on and so forth. And then my solo Legendary builds are going to be the one-man army, and then 2.0, 3.0, so on and so forth. And we'll probably be dropping a lot of these builds because a lot of my friends have stopped playing this game. So, yeah, I'm mostly solo. But, hey, if you guys are on Xbox, shoot me a message. Let's play sometimes. Guys, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. It really helps. And leave me a comment what you liked about the build or what you didn't like, or whatever you would change on the build. And then, guys, be sure to subscribe for more content in the future. And we will see you guys in the next video.